let's talk about what putting yourself first actually really means. To me, at least, what I've learned that it means. I didn't really understand it at first. I thought that it was more of like a superficial, materialistic type of putting yourself first. Like, for instance, having a spa day. That's putting yourself first, right? Well, who the hell has money to go to the spa every day? And does that mean you're only going to put yourself first whenever you have the money? Which, is that really putting yourself first? Or, this is a touchy one, getting your nails done. Okay? Yes, that's a way of putting yourself first. But who always has the money to get your nails done? And so I had to learn that putting yourself first doesn't always have to involve money. Actually, it shouldn't. I've learned over the last 6 years. Over the last 6 years, when I started on this self-care journey and learning how to put myself first instead of putting me behind everybody else's needs. And I've learned hundreds of little ways to put myself first throughout every day that don't take any money. Some of these might sound silly, but for me, I wasn't doing them. Okay? And it gets a little extreme. But if you watch my vlog from yesterday, you understand that putting myself first was something I struggled with my entire life. And I'm still learning how to do. I don't think it really ever quits. So, I'll start off with some easier ones first, because I have one in my head right now that I really don't want to kick this off with. So, ways of putting yourself first that cost no money. Eating. Eating with the only purpose just to eat. Sit down and eat. Not with a phone in your hand. Not trying to do work on the computer. Not at your desk at work and eating on the job. Just sitting down and feeding your body. It doesn't seem like a very hard thing to do. But pay attention to when you eat. Are you always watching TV? Are you always doing something else? Are you in your mind so far away that you're just blindly shoving food in your mouth? I've been there. So, sitting down and taking time to eat with intent for the only purpose of just to nourish your body is a way that I found I can put myself first. Another one that goes right along with that would be taking a few minutes to make yourself food. I've always loved making food for other people. But when it came time for me to eat, would I go in the kitchen and spend time preparing and cooking a meal for me? No. I still have trouble doing that. I'm still learning that I need to take 5 or 10 minutes to make a freaking grilled cheese sandwich. Instead of looking in there and being like, well, that's going to take 5 minutes, so can't do that. Take time to make food and take time to eat. Are all these going to do with taking time for yourself? I'm wondering, because I'm going to get this one out. Take time to pee, to use the bathroom. Listen, guys, you know what? We're getting raw today, okay? I have learned in the last couple years of my life, and I'm 41 years old, in just the last couple years of my life, that I have not been relaxing on the toilet. I've been rushing my own bathroom breaks and not even releasing all of the urine out of me. Did you not? Man, just do this. Next time you go to the bathroom, pee, sit there. Sit there and relax your body. Don't think of the next thing you got to do when you get out of the bathroom. Don't think about going back to work. Don't think about the rest of the day. Sit on the toilet. Don't look at your phone. The phone takes us out of the present moment so much, okay? For just a moment. Look at the toilet paper roll and just sit there. And remember this video. Be like, okay, I can't say guarantee, but I would be very curious to know how many of you dribble a little bit more urine out of your bladder if you actually I'm talking seconds. I'm talking 5 to 10 seconds to just sit there before you finish. I always have more pee. And I got to thinking like, wow, I've been rushing this really my entire life. And especially when I was at work. So this is a little way when you're at work and you take a bathroom break. Now don't be one of them that's in the bathroom for an hour 10 times a day, okay? That's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about little tiny short things that you can do in your daily life to make you feel special or to make you feel like you're not living your life for everybody or everything else. And once you start doing these things throughout the day, I guess I wanted to talk about this because I've noticed I'm doing these things almost subconsciously now. Some of them. Another one is just breathing. Taking time to breathe. I guess these are all about just time for yourself. But for these specific little activities that we all do all day long. And I think sometimes we don't realize how much we're just pushing ourselves to the back burner. We think sometimes that it's the best thing to do, it's the right thing to do. And the thing is that when you continue to keep doing those little things that push yourself, your being, behind everybody else, is that you get into that pattern. And then it becomes normal. And then you never have time for yourself. I speak from experience. And so by doing these little things and taking a few extra seconds that nobody is going to miss, 5 to 10 extra seconds sitting on the toilet in the bathroom, and do it intently. That's the thing. You have to think. No, I don't need to rush back out there because I got to finish that line or get back to whatever I was doing. No, I can sit here for 10 seconds. And sometimes 10 seconds is all you need to reset your brain. Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes we need a lot longer. But sometimes that's all you need. So breathing. Breathing, I think, I've got to do a whole video on this. Breathing is what I've found to be the most beneficial activity or thing that you can do to slow everything down and put yourself first. Breathing. Intentful, is that the word? Breathing with intent, we'll say, okay? And I caught myself doing this several times today, yesterday, and I'm not stressed out about anything, but it's just when I start feeling my head kind of thinking about all the things I need to do, or telling me, you need to do all these things because you're being unproductive today, and da 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 da. You know, whatever that little internal voice is saying. Just breathe. Breathing slows your entire body and being down. It slows your brain down by providing more oxygen to your brain cells. It slows your nervous system down. It slows even physical, if you're trembling or shaking. That all can be controlled so much by focusing on your breath. A couple things I learned through my own research and in therapy are there's a lot of different types of breathing. There's box breaths where you breathe in for, you breathe in for, you hold for, you breathe out for, and then you hold for. Then you breathe in for, you hold for, you breathe out for, you hold for, and you keep doing that for as long as you need. Sometimes you only need to do it a couple times, and you can literally feel all of this. If you have this, if you know what this means, you know, okay? All of this just settle. And it's scientific. I'm not just telling you guys this. Focusing on your breath, making longer exhales than inhales. And one thing that's really, really important that I thought that I was doing my whole life, because my mom is a Pilates instructor. She owned a dance studio. We've always been very, she taught us how to be very aware of our bodies and how to keep them healthy, basically, in holistic, natural ways. And so since I was a child, she taught me, when you breathe, hold on, let me see if I can do this. When you breathe, sorry, I didn't realize that was undone, okay? When you breathe, no cuts, you get it. You're supposed to breathe. When you inhale, you should be filling your belly with air. So your belly should come out and get bigger, okay? This is every day, every breath. Most people don't do this. So you inhale and your belly fills with air. And you exhale and your belly should drop and become as close to your back, your spine and your back as possible, right? So I was doing a Pilates session with her the other day, and I know this. I've lived this way my whole life. I'm very conscious about feeling my belly move, physically move. Oh, I've seen some people lay down on your back and put a book across your belly. You can just put your hands there, but a book, you can see it actually move to kind of train your body and your breath to do this, okay? So I was in this Pilates session with my mom, and you know, I know how to breathe. I'm breathing in my belly, and I am exhaling. And sorry, I got distracted for a second. Sorry, did you see my brain go? Let me breathe and calm it all down for a second. Okay, and she's like, "Well, you're not really letting your belly drop." And I'm thinking, I'm breathing out as much as I can, and I'm trying to suck my belly in. But it's different than sucking it in, because as you suck your belly in, you actually tighten your muscles, which holds some of the air in there. So it takes practice. It takes practice. But what I've noticed that helps me is that whenever I'm feeling just a little just exhale. Whether I'm having a conversation with somebody and something they said irritated me or just made me feel a little weird. Whether I am in traffic and I'm going to be late for something and I'm starting to get a little, get a little irritated, get a little nervous. Whether it could be anything, anytime. And actually start doing it before you even feel the need. That was one thing that I learned in therapy as well. Start practicing these things before you need to do them in the moment. Because then you'll be used to doing it. And a lot of times when we're in a moment that we need to be doing these things to either lower our anxiety or kill depression or, any of these mental health things that everybody deals with. Let me say that again. any of these mental health things that everybody deals with. Mental health is not just for some people. We all have physical health, right? Every single one of us doesn't deny that we need to have physical health. So, don't deny that you need to have mental health too, just because you can't see it, okay? And if you don't think you need it, then you just haven't found out yet. And just wait, it'll come sooner or later. But yeah, the breath is really the biggest one that helps me in any situation, and you can do it at any time. And it's a way of putting yourself first because it gives you a few moments, especially if you're in like a conversation. I've started taking a breath or completely exhaling for as long as I can before I respond to somebody. And you'd be so surprised how in just that split second, not even like a whole second, that sometimes it takes to just, instead of immediately responding, you'd be so surprised how many times my response has changed because I've put myself first to literally with one breath, with one exhale, with 1 second. My mind works that fast. And I always come up with a better response. And sometimes the better response is not responding. Sometimes the better response is not responding, or responding in a more firm but respectful way instead of maybe being defensive or insulted or whatever it may be. I have so many more. I'm going to write them down and I'm going to do another one about this because I had so many going through my head before I hit record. But I'm running short on time today, so I think I'm going to leave it at that. But start with those 3. Was it 3? Breathing, peeing, and eating. Those are the top 3, bro. Take your time and do it and think about what you're doing. And tell yourself, I'm giving you a couple extra seconds to do this. I'm going to make you that sandwich. Or a 5-course meal. Whatever, you know? And just see. And really, I really want to know about the pee thing. Get back to me on that. Let me know. Did you have more? And have you been cutting your peas short your entire life like me? Okay? I love you guys. Peace out.